everybody? So, missed you guys. I know it's only been about a week, but it's felt like a very long time, and it's been a very, very stressful moment in my life. And I want to tell this story, not to bring anyone down, but it's really to build you guys up. So when you hear my story, please take that opportunity to appreciate your life and to do the best that you really can in your life, and to take care of the people that you love and cherish in this life. So that's what this story is about. It's not to make you guys feel down. It's not to even feel sorry for me. Please don't. But be strong for yourself and be strong for your family as well. So this week's been a really, really testful week, to say the least. It's challenged me in a lot of ways. Yes, wait, before I even get started going, I want to give a cussing disclaimer, because I know I'm going to cuss, and I might even take my camera. I might start walking around. As you know, I like staying raw, and I like keeping my video footage just to the point. I am getting an editor though, so he can probably actually start bleeping my cussing out eventually, but not in this one. But anyway, this week's been hard. This week really tested me. And it's thrown me a lot of curveballs. It's thrown me a lot of loops. And that's okay, because I've realized that's what life likes to do sometimes. My mom, she's like a second mom to me. She's not my biological mom, but she's like my second mom. She ended up having a heart attack this week. And I'm glad to say she's actually out of the hospital. So she's gotten through the scary stages, and now it's just about putting everything together after that and just getting her on the right path so that doesn't happen again. So after that news, on Monday, we got the call that my wife's brother had an unfortunate accident and he passed away. He's no longer with us. And that was a hard call to get, because I got a lot of love for him. He was like a brother to me too. He was just a good guy. And I want to take a moment of silence for him real quick, because I loved him to death. And it's one of those things where you just never know what life's going to give you. So we end up going out to Chinle, which is about roughly 5.5, 6 hours away from where we're at. And I had to cancel on all of my clients this week. And so I text everybody, let them know what's going on. I love my clients because they gave me all the support in the world and all the best wishes. We get out there on Tuesday, and I get a text from one of my clients who's dealing with the meth addiction, he was almost a little over 2 months clean. And he texts me he had hyperextended his leg practicing with the team. And so I told him the necessary things to do with the hyperextension and how to rest it, let it recover, and you're going to be okay. So the funeral was it took a week, and I get a text on Sunday night. So the funeral was on Monday. I get a text Sunday that the client that I had been trading had ended up using meth again. And so I'm sitting there like, life just loves to do that to you sometimes. It really takes the opportunity to say, we're going to check your character. So take that, and it punches you in the stomach. And I'm not going to lie, I was very upset. It was a hard moment for me. And what made it even harder, I can't tell anybody, because I'm not going to do that to them. They already have enough on their plate. So I'm not going to take my situation. So I had to sit on my situation. I had to sit on it and wait for it. So I end up calling him on my way back, and we had a long talk. And I told him, I'm like, look, this is a bump in the road, but this is your opportunity to get stronger from that bump in the road. I go, I wasn't expecting our success to go like this. It never does. Success has a weird way of challenging you over and over and over again. And so while I was going through my challenge, he's going through his challenge as well. And I told him, I know what his situation's like, and I was worried about it, but I didn't have the time or the tools to work with him at that time. I'm mourning the loss of a brother-in-law, and he had just hyperextended his knee. It was one of those sticky situations where everything was just not in a good place. And everything came together and said, what are you going to do with it? And I took it and I said, you know what? This is a major opportunity for all of us to get stronger in this situation. My people on the YouTube included. This is an opportunity to build strength from this. Life doesn't promise us anything. It never did. But the best thing we can do is strengthen ourselves and humble ourselves and do the best with each moment that we're given and become a little bit stronger each time. And so for my client, I told him, here's the thing. You did it. It's the past. But what are we going to do about it now? And I even know why you did it. I get it. And our addictions, they're hard enough as it is to fight. But they become even harder when circumstances are thrown at us too. And it's about surpassing those moments. And what's so important about these kind of moments though as well is when tough moments come, that's when you just buckle down and you get stronger. And those are the hardest ones to do. But I'll tell you right now, that's what the successful do. Is when moments get their toughest, that's when they do their best work because they have to. And so I know my client's not quite at that stage yet. And that's okay. Because I know he's going to get to that stage. I'm not giving up on him. Like I said, I know life doesn't promise us this nice, smooth ride. There is no nice, smooth ride. Sometimes life will give you just smooth enough of a ride just for you, so you can forget the bumps in the middle of the ride. But there's always going to be bumps there. And it comes down to how strong are you going to be for those moments? Because those moments will come and they will challenge you. And they will say, can you really handle this? And they may even make you question yourself a little bit. But what you can do when you do get out of those moments, and you do get out of those moments healthy, in a healthy manner, you can look back at it and say, wow, I'm stronger than I was. And I'm just going to keep building on that. And that's what it comes down to. Those are the options you're given sometimes. I appreciated how I handled all the situations that I was given in a short span, because it was a couple combinations that kind of tested my character as well. Tested, what are you going to do when someone screws up and you have a family member pass? Oh, by the way, we're going to give another family member of yours a heart attack. What are you going to do? And my answer was, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be strong for those who can't be strong right now. I'm going to do my best to build other people up in this scenario. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on what I can control instead of worrying about what I can't control. I wanted to tell people, but I couldn't. It wasn't the time. It wasn't the place. I could have, but it wouldn't have been good for me to do that, because sometimes I have to be strong for my group. And it's funny, I'm just thinking about it as I'm talking about this, but the most important thing you can be, and let me clarify this, because people are at different places. Be strong for you. Go all in on you, but go all in on your group as well. And sometimes people aren't strong enough for themselves to be strong for their group. And that's why they have to pick the right group so that they will build you up to their level. But you better work. You better work. Because if you don't work for that strong group, they will kick you out. They won't need you. Take those moments and take them as opportunities. Cherish those moments. Cherish them intensely. And go all in on yourself. And when you're ready to go all in on that strong group that you're working with, go all in on them too. Make them know that you were a worthy investment. I know the client I'm working with is a worthy investment. He is going to make mistakes on the way. I don't know if he's going to make this particular mistake again, and I hope he does not. Like I said, we can only focus on the present. But I remember telling him, I go, you know what's so important about you? You're going to empower so many other drug addicts on this planet. When you do this right, when you step up to the plate and maintain something, you're going to be a message to anyone who says, but I can't do it. But no, you don't, Mom, my circumstance, no, yeah, you can. Because this person did it. And he's not going to be the only one. I'm on a mission to empower and strengthen as many people as I can until my last breath. I'm going to keep building people up. People are going to continue to do great things. It's funny because I'm just sitting here thinking and talking at the same time, but when I was out there, I was listening to Kenny. He's a very positive guy. He calls himself Positive Vibes, got a YouTube channel. You really got to check his channel out because he's a really good dude. But he's talking about taking your mask off. He says sometimes people walk around with a mask on their face. And I've never worn a mask on my face personally, but my biggest thing is I like ripping masks off of people. Like, no, you will be yourself around me. Don't play to be something else. Go all in on you, because you can't get help until you know what you have. It's not gonna work. It's so funny. People try and masquerade as this thing that they're not, thinking they're doing something for people when you're really not. Go all in on your strengths. Rip your mask off. And so I made a comment. I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I'm like, I'm about ripping the mask off and making people go all in on themselves. Go all in on you today. If you haven't told someone that you love them, that you appreciate them, that you respect them, and you know it's about due, that you should do something like that, go do that today. Because we never know what life is going to give us. We only can control what we have. We can only control our moments and our situations. We can only go all in on ourselves. But when we go all in on ourselves, that's going all in on your community as well. That's what it comes down to. That's the message that I want to give. Be strong for you. Be strong for others. Be the best you that you can be. I hope you all have a blessed day. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad I had the opportunity to finally come back on, speak to all of you, because you guys have been missed. Have a lovely day, guys.